Hello, my dear Scorpio. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between October 1st and October 15, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot with Zero Marquette. And I call the Divine with love and light. And I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Scorpio viewers. So I want my dear Scorpio to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So I also want to take the chance to tell you that the Sun moves from Virgo to Libra the 22nd of September and from Libra to Scorpio, your sign, the 23rd of October. Mercury travels together with the Sun. It moves into Libra September 30 and into Scorpio October 17. From a Swedish point of view, I might add, where it joins there with Jupiter that moved into Scorpio the 12th of October. That's rather significant as well. Changing houses. King of Coins we have here. King of Coins is a house, feeling at home, having your things together, knowing what to do. It's something with this, the Tower, the stability. We'll see. So where were I? Sun, Mercury and Jupiter oppose Uranus retrograde in Aries together. Mercury and Sun also squares Pluto in Capricorn together. And Mars and Venus is in Virgo. That's obviously very painful for you. So Venus, Ace of Swords, getting hold of your thoughts, like being aware of them. Venus travels into Libra October 15. Mars moves into Libra October 21st. So we have Venus and Mars is joining together. So that's the feminine and the masculine. We will have the first new moon on the cusp Libra Scorpio. It might be some kind of power game going on between the masculine and the feminine. So the first new moon on the cusp Libra Scorpio September 20 and the full moon in Aries October 5. And the second new moon will be in Libra October 19. And that day will be rather powerful with the new moon and Sun in Libra and Jupiter and Mercury in Scorpio, all facing retrograde Uranus in Aries. And also that day, I think that is the correct date for Uranus being fully illuminated by the Sun. And so, very powerful day, that October 19. It's the kind of the hangman illumination. So something going on with the divine masculine, some kind of spiritual growth there. So very, very beautiful. I will just tune into your reading for a few seconds. Okay, my dear Scorpio, this is your future, and this is your now, and something in there. Well, I put it aside. We might see if we have time to check what it is. And this is your past. So your past is probably September, might go into August as well. And if it's major arcana cards, it might be talking about bigger cycles of time. And here you have the first half of October 2017. It's a forecast, so you're not supposed to remember this. Okay, that might be interesting. Okay, you're not supposed to remember what was preordinate to happen here, but some of you might have memories anyway. And this might be something that you have worked with for a very long time. So even though it's a forecast, I'm doing this reading today. It's 16th of September, so if you're looking in September, this is not the now, this is the future a little bit. And if you're recognizing yourself, it might be like a longer project that you have been working on, or something reappearing in your life. It might also be that you are a front runner, like going before the crowd. Scorpio usually do that, and learning things before everyone else does, because you need to show the way. And this is your future. So the future is September, October, last part of October, going into November. Okay, so since something magical was happening underneath this first pile, I will show you the card that is underneath here, and it's the King of Coins again. So it might just want to be shown this card, that the King of Coins is important in this situation. So some of you might be dealing with a Capricorn, Virgo, or a Taurus, or you might be dealing with authority, both being able to subject yourself to authority, but also being an authority and not subjecting yourself to authority, all accordingly with your own soul's wish and wants. It might be healing as well, or something being like harvested. So the first card for you here is Death, and that is Pluto, Scorpio. And Pluto is currently moving in Capricorn, and Capricorn is the card that we saw in the bottom of this deck here. So it's something with your foundation being shaken, some kind of big change going on. You might have to go to some doorway, leaving the past behind and going into the new and very unknown, and maybe even very frightening. So Death there. And the next card here is the World. So 2 endings. Oh my God. I have never seen this coming like this together, Death and the 21 World. And I have been doing this tarot for like 25 years at least, okay? So Death and the World. So big endings, big things ending, big things coming to an end, big cycles ending, and new beginnings as well. So I feel that it's going to require a lot of adulthood from you, becoming very grown up, maybe very quickly. So taking much more responsibility for your own lives. And here you have a 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands is some kind of fighting spirit. And 9 of Wands might be that it might be a certain stubbornness, or it might be that you have certain boundaries and you don't want people to cross them. So you're very protective with this. 9 of Wands is very powerful. It's a strength card. So we'll see where it goes. It's a strength card for minor arcana. When you go down deep in the underworld and you find your strength, and you're not going to give up. The next card here is 6 of Wands, and 6 of Wands is a victory march. So it's almost like you need to face something, some big change, some big happening. It might be big social events or big events in your life where you really need to shine with your true colors. Shine with your, this is the fire part of Scorpio. You are water, fire, immutable sign, and transcending from Scorpio, snake, eagle. So this requires kind of the fire and the eagle in you, or at least the fire and the snake, like being able to change and adapt and change skin. And here we have the Star card. So that's the foundation again that needs to be rebuilt from the bottom up, building on your own authority, building on your own security, on your own, like how you are supposed to live your life. The Star card is about healing. It's also about soul contracts. So it might be that you're being now on your highest road towards your highest destiny, doing something that was pre-written. What I said, something that you should not remember, because we all lose our memories when we go into this life, because it would be either, in other case, it would be simple. We would know exactly what we should do, and we do it, and we're done. But here we are not knowing, we don't have so much of a clue, but it might be that Scorpio does have a clue. What I can see with the past is big like scary even, big planet movement, big destiny happen, big things like reshaping, reforming you. It's like being born here and being born out like a warrior. So it's like the hero's road here. You need to try to it's something with your ego to heighten it up to a divine level, so you serve your highest you, and not the lower part of you, but the highest you. So this is going to be very helpful and very healing, but it might be very scary as well. Okay, so here in the now, we have a 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups is the feminine part of the hermit, finding out what it is that you really need, what is your true needs, and it comes underneath death. That's you, Scorpio. So what is Scorpio's true needs? What is it that you really want to have in your life? You need to build on beautiful visions and not just destruction. You can't go around destroying things around you. You need to build them. You need to find out what's really valuable to you and take those valuable resources and do something beautiful with these. So it's like the later part of Buddha's journey, when he was really eating and drinking and nourishing also his bodily system, and that's when he got enlightenment. And you have here it's Jupiter in Pisces. Here you had Jupiter in Leo, so there's very fire water going on here. Fire water, it's your what we said with this, with you being a mutual sign and mixing fire and water together. It's like the alchemic process, what's going on here with you, making like a pearl out of something that was once a gravel. And here we have a 2 of Cups, and it comes underneath the World card. So it seems like there's a lot of things that you are leaving behind that has been very, very loving and lovely and wonderful, because you went to this gateway, and it might be that you have left loving things behind, but it's because of a higher way of loving that will come through here when you have gone through these gateways, what you did. So maybe you will appreciate what you have more better. You usually do this in the face of death, that you see what you really have and you honor it. But it's also letting go. So you can't really control these events that's happening here. It's being done to you by the divine, and you can just go with it and let it show you the way to what is important, what is really valuable for Scorpio, what is really that your life is made worth living. When people are really sick or dying or had a near-death experience that this look like, they will appreciate the things in life that make them happy. They will see this more crystal clear. So it's almost like this is what you see here. And here we have a 7 of Coins. So 7 of Coins is waiting for something. It's waiting for harvest, waiting for something to happen, something to come through here. And you have a 9 of Wands, the fighting spirit, and the 7 of Coins, patience. And that's not really, they are not really compatible. When you have a fighting spirit, you usually don't have much patience. So you see, it's again this with the opposites that's so tricky, and it wants to almost rip you apart a little bit, but it's just because you are Scorpio and you have the capacity to do this. That's why you're faced with this difficult. It's almost like this impossible. There's no solution. But the 9 of Wands is also boundaries and protections. So it might be that some of you have put yourself in a place of protection and you don't want to change. You don't want to go through this death. In some cards we can see that the 7 of Coins is sleeping snakes, that you are resisting the change, or you don't want to honor these things that you saw here with the death and the world, like the world ending and this new beginning. So or it might be that you might be separate worlds apart, and that's why you can't like fall into each other's arms, because there's something there, and it's something with divine timing. So take this time to continue loving whatever it is that you love, and also be in a patient resting mood, because even if you have lost love in some way, it doesn't mean that you stop loving. Just because a person is gone in some way, or a situation is gone, doesn't mean that you stop loving or liking that situation, loving that person, liking that situation. You can still like it, even though it's not yours anymore. It's no contradiction there. It just feels like a contradiction. We just want the pain to stop. If we are losing something, we want to stop having an attachment to it. And that might be where you need to build up your patience, that sometimes you can't just get the thing like now. You might need to have to wait and still keep the love. So not always being like fed this instance. What I see is small birds having all their beaks open and waiting for the food for from their mother. So, and here you have a 3 of coins. So it's some kind of very successful health program going on here. And it's like people are doing their very best and really looking into the soul's power here, and it's a trinity, so working together with the divine and maybe another person also here on earth, and doing something valuable. And it's also with this 3 of coins work card, you are sometimes also being watched and viewed. So if you're doing something, it's like you're trying to perform very well. So people will like this, what's coming out of this situation, and give you some kind of praise maybe for your work. And if you need to do a work very thoroughly, you need to do it also with patience, so you don't do too much of big mistakes. So have patience and let the things run its course. Do the best you can in every situation. Try all different doorways that's being presented here. And here you have a 4 of coins. So that's the star card here. It's connected to the tower, and it's about healing after the tower. Like if your house was swept away with a storm or water, or like your safety was swept away with the Capricorn and Pluto kind of thing here, you want to still keep it. It's like you want to keep the ghost of what was there. And this is not possible. You need to let go the ghost, what that's no longer there. It doesn't mean that you need to stop loving it, okay? And you need not to stop feeling that this was really beautiful, this is what you had. But this is a time of letting go, because it's something new that's being built here. But it might also be like there's a new foundation, even though he has this facial expression of not wanting to share or let go, which seems to be the theme of this reading, that you need to let go of things and wait and have patience and leave things up to the divine. But you might have some kind of control issue, and you don't want to lose this thing, whatever it is that you love so much. So the 4 of coins is stability. So I think that you need to look at this like this: be more stable in this situation. Whatever you need to let go of it, and keep the foundation, the love that was once there, or the thing that is still there, and like the foundation of what it is that you want to accomplish here in life, and what's making you happy. You don't have to lose the essence. You might need to lose a lot of stuff and also people, but you don't have to. So don't grasp, let it go. Whatever needs to go, let it go. With grace, let it go. But don't become like, if it goes, I won't love it. It's like some of you might clinch up like this, and you don't want to feel the pain of the loss. But the pain of the loss is just giving homage to how valuable this thing was to you, and still is, because that thing hasn't gone. And even things dies, situations change, but you don't change. If you look at yourself when you were a little child, like inside yourself, you're still the same person right now. You still have it's the same thing, and that life will be eternal, as is other people's life. So even if you need to be like a world apart from someone, you are not being really separated. It's an illusion, and it's just for a time. So, and some of you are really working like from the bottom up to making a beautiful, beautiful foundation. You know what you love, and you're working to make this, to fix this, to have a foundation for this, to be able to keep it. So it's very healthy also. It's just this little thing that if the divine wants to take it, it's gone. You can't hold it. You can't change time, for example. You can't hold on to time. If time is rushing by, you are going with it. You're going with it. You don't stop time. You can sever time, like being more here and now. And this is maybe what we are seeing here. Scorpio being more here and now, not rushing around, just trying to like be all over the place, but you're more grounded, more here and now, severing every minute of life and every minute with the loved ones that you have, and really having patience. It's might be a little bit like vacation here as well, but together with work, it's a little bit contradiction, but maybe it's a vacation or a stillness, so you can focus on what's really worth working on. Okay. This was your now, and this will be the future into the second part of October. And we have a Knight of Wands here, so that's your fiery energy coming out of death, and Nine of Cups. So Nine of Cups is like the wish card, and the Knight of Wands is the part of you that wants to go out and make this wish come true. So it's this rushing energy again, what we feel with the Nine of Wands there, but it's very positive here. When you have this capacity like this, you can go through almost anything and come out on the other side still having some energy left, maybe, but a lot of this energy might be used during that process. But if you have it like here, you will be able to go through a lot of things, and this is your wishes, and this is the one that fulfills the wishes, the part of you that takes the decision that's necessary to go to this goal. So it's like you have a fire burning inside of you that's going to take you wherever you need to go. You have enough energy, and you also know what it is that's worth fighting this way for, having the torch in your hand and charging ahead. And remember to part with the dragon. That's going to give you the most positive, not destroying things, building things, making things beautiful. Sometimes the divine is destroying a lot of things, like different foundations, and you might need to sacrifice also relationships and things like this, but focus on the positive side of this. Try to focus on this. We are not like immortals, and we are not staying forever young, and we are not staying forever in one state. Here on earth, everything is life and death, life and death, life and death. This is a very young energy, so it has a lot of life force, but also this will go. So you need to be able to sacrifice what's not working and aim on this what's actually working, and sometimes also being let go of some things you have like a really beautiful connection to. We see this connection, but it's also strength here. So it's like you have this connection, but also maybe it's worth fighting for really. And maybe you need to know that you're fighting for the right cause. So you're not fighting for some egocentric reasons that's hurting people around you. Okay. And here you have an Eight of Wands. So this is twice Sagittarius. This is very much fire. So it might be a Sagittarius person that you have a love relationship with, or you love them, or you want to be with them, or you want to reach out to them. This is Nine of Cups is talking about you have the relationships and the people in your life that you are supposed to have, and sometimes they will be there and sometimes they will not, but you don't have to stop loving them. You still, people are such in a hurry to forget when something is painful, but this person doesn't forget. They are fighting for what's still, again, this what's worth fighting for, aiming, like tying the bow and aiming it to their goal. So it's very goal oriented. It's very focused on healing and future. And you see here Six of Wands, pause, Seven of Coins, Eight of Wands. So 6 of Wands is Sun's rays, 8 of Wands is Sun's rays, and in the middle you have 7 of Coins, like a crop needing to grow. Something needs to take its course of time, but in the right timing, with the right dose of rain and sunshine and fertile earth, this crop will be prosperous. And it's a lot with your own work, or maybe if you have like a fire person in your life, this might also be mirroring something within you, that you need to have a little bit more positive attitude. And even if it's like a big gateway here, you're going through something, you don't need to lose your positive outlook on things. You don't need to give up on things. And it's a lot of love here being shared, and very passionate, very luscious. So this is a good fertile ground for this crop. And the next card here, it's the Moon card, and coming underneath this, what you have some anticipation, and it's the Moon card. You don't want to face your feelings of it all, so therefore you are rushing a little bit too fast maybe, and it comes from Death, 2 of Cups, the Moon here. So take this time to feel your feelings. Don't just rush into like the next day and the next thing and the next person and the next job. Stay in and feel your feelings as well. Being too hasty do that you're missing important things that wants to come in the slowness of the Moon. The Moon is Cancer, Pisces kind of thing, so it's very it's feeling everything. It's being in tune with its own feelings and with its own being, and with the Moon, the subconscious, the knowing that you might have gotten a lot of knowing coming through this gateway, also knowing about what's worth something. And if you have pain, if you feel depressed for losing something, it's showing you what's worth having. Well, this is the gateway to the netherworld. So it's the Kerberos dogs there, and it's the only way to go through this is naked and vulnerable and open to every new thing. So let out the red carpet to your pain and your anticipation, and listen to what it wants to tell you, because also anticipation has an important thing that it wants to tell you. Why are you rushing? What are you rushing to? What are you rushing from? So you need to ask yourself a lot of these questions with the Moon there. And it might be a fire person, water person as well going on here. And that's, of course, you, again, fire, water, mutual, this mutual sign that you are. And here you have Knight of Cups. That's usually Pisces. But, of course, this is your energy being on a victory march, some kind of healing. But it's not the King of Cups. It's a Knight of Cups. So it might, like, you're almost getting there. You're almost getting to the point where things are healed, or things are getting, like, in beautiful harmony. Knight of Cups needs to look a little bit deeper on their feelings, because they are missing something. They want to skate a little bit above. He needs to be, like, entangled or in touch with these underwater creatures here. Can't just skate on the waves of it all. So it's therefore this time where you need to go more deeper into your own self and into your own emotional kingdom, getting more knowledge that you otherwise would have missed. Okay, and the last card here is the Emperor. So the Emperor is about authority and foundation. So you will build your new foundation, you will build your new kingdom, you will get into your own authority. And it's also maybe you are yielding a little bit to authority as well, because usually I'm telling people to, you know, make revolution towards authority. But with Scorpio, you're always first, so you're already made revolution. Now it's time to come home. You see, 4-4, it's home. It's time to come home to something, home to yourself, to your own inner coolness, calmness. Come down, ground yourself, find your roots with the Moon here. Roots, your emotional roots. Don't sacrifice things just because you can, because you're this strong, because you're so used to sacrifice. It's like coming home to yourself. And also I feel this yielding energy, like you are both yourself truly, but you're not, it's not impossible for you to work together with authority. This is you like giving the cup to the Emperor here. So for some of you it will be an fire sign that you might want to seek forgiveness with, or you want to show your love to. They might be in like a little bit in a tower situation where they are very firm and having troubles maybe letting you in or letting you into the know, to know what's going on, because they have the Nine of Wands here, Three of Coins, the Emperor. So it might be a feminine energy here, but still being in authority, that's a little bit protective of some, for some reason. Maybe they have bad memories of things going wrong in the past. Okay, so it's a very clear reading. Scorpio's readings are usually very clear because you are you are so close to the source in some way. So nothing is impossible for you. You're a little bit all over the place, but also very focused. So I will take cards for you from yes, okay, this one. So this is the connection I was talking about. Even when you are worlds apart, you can still feel the feelings and the connection with people that really means something for you. So even if you can't be together right now, it doesn't mean that you have to kill the connection. It doesn't mean that you have to, you know, just because you don't want to feel any pain. The pain is there for a reason. It wants to wake you up, and it wants to make you go on some kind of healing journey here. So don't disregard pain. It has something important message. And I was taking for the Emperor here, and I felt this card immediately, and it's the devil here and the snake and everything. So it's something here with the Emperor being without clothes, and also with you, maybe this revolutionary thing that you have towards any authority. So if you have an authority in your life that maybe knows their thing, maybe it's time to listen. And also, if you have an authority that acts like this, I will take another card to see how you're going to do with that. Oh, not this one. I'll take this one. So if you have an authority that's very difficult in your life, okay. It's memories again. So some of you might have like father issues or issues with authority from the past. And when you forgive yourself, you might be able to forgive this authority as well for the havoc it might have caused in your life. Like leading you astray, manipulate you, or using you in some way. So it's some kind of like seeing things from the past here. This is some... it's mourning and a message of love, and going with the moving birds. So it might be like a person that has left, and in some way being connected here to this mystical creature here. It's the snake. The snake is for change, and you have the death card. And this is you. So it's a lot of things. Like you might have like different archetypes within you that's very hard to deal with. Like a very strong authority in you that easily wants to sacrifice all things. Like just burn them up and go on the next adventure. Don't care. And here you are called to care. Okay? You're called to care about things and not just leave them in the land of memory which you never visits. You're supposed to visit your land of memory and not just be like the cool kid avoiding their feelings and burning up the old and just let it be gone. Okay, so for Scorpio into the future, we have two cards here, and it's abundant blessings and the triangle. So I will actually read these cards for you. And I will start with the triangle. So the triangle is the law of three. It's what I said here, the Three of Coins. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And that's the very Christian view of it. For me, it's the mother and the father and the son, probably, or daughter, or the mother and the father, or the female and the male. We have female, male here, and the divine, because this was the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost was how you erased the feminine out of the Bible. So I don't really care for that, but the trilogy of for each one knowing what it needs to do. So it's like this healing thing here. What is expected of it and just doing it. It is that of the highest form of work. This work that we had here. The closer you get to God or the universal force of vibration, the more is expected of you and you of others. A triangle has 3 sides of itself, just as you do, so recognize it. So it was what I said from the beginning, that I feel that you need to take more responsibility and not playing games, like not manipulating or trying to play like you don't care or you don't want to take part or you don't want to do your share. You have this beautiful energy of fire that you can use, and also this watery emotion of caring. So it's time to start caring. Just give a damn. That is what I'm feeling. And also we will see with the abundant blessing what will come out of that caring that you will do. Start caring and giving a damn, and not just jumping to the next page. You have paid it forward, and now it's time when all you have sowed and planted, like in the 7 of Coins card here, will be reaped. The vibrational blessings of abundance are coming towards you, so be ready and open to receive them. Abundant blessings will come forth in many plentiful guises, in an overflowing fullness that will remind you of the completeness you once felt. So it's like getting back to connection. You need to connect with people, not run away from them. You need to connect with what's worth something, not flee from it. Connect with your source. Don't disregard it or pretend that your feeling isn't there. So very beautiful, Scorpio. It's time to not be a rebel anymore, but to kind of become like a father or a brother, or like a very responsible mother or a sister, taking care for people in your kingdom here, and caring for them, not just caring for you, but also for them. So for many of you, you have done a revolution against maybe the feminine entity. We have the World card and the 7 of Coins there. And now it's time to come home to some kind of union between the feminine and the masculine, like clicking together again like this. Very beautiful. So, okay, my dear Scorpio, I hope this helped. And I'm thankful for you watching this far. And also, I want to welcome you back to my mid-October reading that I will release in the beginning of October. Okay, hope to see you then. Bye-bye.